He comes from a lineage of great sages, yogis, and saints from India. He began his spiritual journey at the age of 7 and was fully realized by the age of 14. During this time, he delved into different practices and acquired mastery over Tantra, Mantra, Yantra, Aghori practices, and Yaksha sadhana. He was a siddha, and many masters, saints, and sages used to visit him in solitude to gain wisdom and guidance from him since the tender age. Although he has been helping humanity since childhood, he never disclosed this part of him to the world, and only the advanced yogis and masters were aware of his divine presence. Only in the last 2 years he chose few people from the world and started guiding them in their spiritual paths, and those who have been closely associated with him have witnessed many miracles in his presence. Despite being a family person, he is a yogi and intends to help people entangled in this world achieve Jivan Mukti, liberation while being alive. He is truly in the world but not of the world, and if you really want to understand him, look him beyond his physical appearance and just sit with him, and you will never be the same again. In his presence you will transcend your body and mind and experience the state of Sat, absolute truth, Chit, pure consciousness, Ananda, eternal bliss. Let us fold our hands in front of his divinity and with a heart filled with gratitude and love welcome our spiritual guru, the realized soul, and our enlightened master, Guru Manash Mishra.
Manash, check your mic.
So, is it clear now?
Yes, yes.
So good. So I believe the mantra was not for you. Just a second, yeah. So just a second, yeah. So anyway, am I on the screen? Can you just check that once? Okay. Yes. Okay. So I'm here now. Yes, I'm on the screen. So good morning, everyone, and good evening to the people from the other side. So today, while I was thinking of taking what session should be taken, so in the morning when I woke up, a thought was constantly going on. And that constant thought has now led to this, which we are going to talk right now. I'm going to talk about something that two particular teachings, which was first spoken by none other than Shiva to Dattatreya. And then Dattatreya taught the same to Parshuram. So it's a huge compilation of shlokas, which is like nearly, say, like 12,000 shlokas in that. And from that 12,000 shlokas, I'm only taking two. And I believe those two are enough. And we will see if the things are good enough. We might elaborate that to other ones also. So these 12,000 shlokas that Dattatreya spoke to Parshuram, this is known as the Tripura Rahasya, the state beyond the Trinity. A beautiful conversation, a beautiful means if you read it properly, every sentences that has been spoken by Dattatreya, it's like you can spend the entire day, the entire week, an entire life on that. Very simple words, but the depth can only be understood by those who have reached to that space. So we are going to take two of that. And not only take two of that, we will also convert that thought into meditation. So all those people, those who have been waiting, like, so now it has been time to meditate. So this is the day again. So simple two thoughts, we'll elaborate on that. And after that, we will dive into it. Are we all ready? All set? Tayyar, sir? Okay. So the first statement that we are going to take up. When we all know, like Parshuram, he was a great sage, great power, but at the same time, very, very angry. Yes or no? And because of that, you might know, like, उन्होंने 17 बार, 17 times he wiped out the warriors from this planet. उन्होंने क्षत्रियों को समाप्त कर दिया था. This all happened when? In the Satya Yuga, right? Or Treta Yuga. Which Yuga was that? It was Treta Yuga. Somewhere nearly the reign of Dasarath. And Dasarath somehow managed to escape that. And we all know, like, later on, like, Ram came and jab Shiv ka dhanush toota to kya hua tha, right? So Parshuram, after that, later on, after that 17 times he wiped out everything, like, then finally he started stop doing all these things, and by the grace of, when he met Dattatreya, he was able to come out of that. Now 17 times if he has cleared the entire planet of Kshatriyas, how many killings he must have done? So that was really turmoiling him. And when he met with Dattatreya, and Dattatreya said one statement to him, he said, I know you must be thinking like you have done so much of wrong things. You might have killed so many things and all those things. And that guilt is what is making you more angry. Because you think that you were the one who did it. So in order to give you solace from that, in order to bring that clarity within you, he told those two things. He told actually many, but we have just taken two, so we are taking those two only. Similarly, in our sadhanas also, when we look forward to doing our own practices, or when we are looking at our own lives, at times we are not even able to judge it that, am I really doing something worthy? Because when I look at my life, I somehow am still angry. I somehow feel still the body. I somehow don't have a control on the thoughts. I get allured. I get attracted to certain things. I still have a fear. I don't even know whether I have reached it or not. That means these are nothing else but doubts rolling in our minds, right? So when all these doubts and dilemmas roll in our mind, we come to a state, is my liberation possible? Is my sadhana even reaching to the divine? At times you feel connectivity with that, and at times you get disconnected as well. And in that space of disconnection, you get irritated, agitated. Because that space says, अगर मैंने साधना किया है तो फिर ये क्यों? Why I'm still getting into this trouble? Why I'm still getting lost in this world? Why? कहता तो हूं कि माया बुलाती है जाने का नहीं, but कब पकड़ लेती है पता भी नहीं चलता. Like somehow it catches hold of us. Everyone goes through that. Very good. So then, if you are going through that, if you are angry, if you feel that you have done something wrong, this session is for you. Because that was exactly the state of mind of Parshuram. So you are also great sages, right? Okay. So keeping that judgment, whether you are a sage or not, but let us find out a way. Because whenever I listen to all these dialogues between sages and rishis and Shiva and Vishnu and Parvati and Shiva, all the things that I listen to that, I only feel so happy about that is, you see, they have it. Is it not very clear that they already know what is going to happen? Because they can see like past, present, and future, they're beyond, right? So if they have seen that and they are talking about that, that itself indicates that these things are going to happen. And if they already know these things are going to happen, and if it is happening to you, they already know you. And not only they know you, they have also given the way out. That means they care about you. Is it, if you really look into this spiritual realm, any path that you're traveling, any hurdle that you are facing, any turbulence that you are going through, you will see there has already been discussed, and there is an answer for that. So what does that indicate? I simply take it in this way. That means all this design is done by them. So I'm going through that. And when I'm going through that, they are also going to provide the solution. So creation process, the difficulties of the creation, the pathway to get out of it. So all the three things are done by them only. So what are we doing? But many a times we say, but okay, but I'm not doing. You always keep on saying like, I'm not this body, I'm not this mind. But how can I do that? The very simple way of it is, Dattatreya says, you don't even have a body. You see, there is one statement where he speaks this. You don't even have a body. But now you suddenly look at yourself like, what is this? Then Dattatreya says, I said, you don't have a body. I didn't say there is no body. Are you understanding the difference here? उन्होंने कहा कि मैं कह रहा हूं कि ये तुम्हारा शरीर नहीं है. मैंने ये नहीं कहा कि शरीर नहीं है. The body is of the earth because that has been accumulated through the food. आपका है क्या? आपका होता तो साथ में नहीं लेके जाते. You should carry it wherever you are going, right? Beyond your death also you should be carrying it. But you are not carrying it because this body is not yours. And that's what exactly he says. I didn't say that there is no body, but what I say is this body is not yours. Similarly with mind, the mind is of this creation of this world, not yours. Neither you are the mind, neither you are the body. So when you sit and think about this throughout the day, now analyze that he did not say that I don't have a body. He just said, this is not mine. That very moment, instantaneous detachment happens. See, when I look at people, certain people say that you are always speaking about liberation, liberation, liberation. So why don't these people jump from somewhere and get liberated? I said, liberation is not committing suicide. They don't want to run away from life. They are seeking their freedom from life, not running away from life. There is a huge difference between that. Or else all the gurus must have taught you by that time, jump from a cliff. They would not have told you, go into the mountain and sit and meditate. Right? मुक्ति का मतलब शरीर से मुक्त हो जाना नहीं. मुक्ति का मतलब होता है अपने विचार, अपने आसक्तियों से मुक्त हो जाना. Becoming liberated from your own thoughts, desires, and the falsified ideas that you are. So when the dialogue was going on, he said, first one, whatever you see, stop becoming a friend to it. तुम्हें जो कुछ भी दिखाई दे रहा है, वो सारे चीजों से अपनी दोस्ती तोड़ दो. You break your bonding with all that you can see. Very simple statement, right? But for a moment, do one thing. कुछ क्षण के लिए काम करो. देखो सारे चीजों को. Look at everything that you can see. And when you look at everything that you see, then detach yourself from a moment. अब अभी सवाल आएगा कि कैसे detach करूं? No, the answer will come in the second part. But first and foremost thing, you should start experiencing through experimentation. And literally, why I'm going to do this process here today, the reason, one more reason that I got in the morning was because I'm going to talk about the same thing in the retreat. And somehow we have a very limitation of people in that. Some people gave the name, but we are not able to accommodate them. And there are some people, those who cannot come. So why will you miss out on all those things? I will tell you one thing, if you understand this also, that is good enough. So don't get disheartened. Nobody has disowned you or thrown you away. Okay. It's just that for that moment you are not there. But these learnings are good enough. So shall I continue? Right. So the first thing that he said was, whatever you see, जो कुछ भी आप देख पा रहे हो, वो सारे चीजों से अपनी दोस्ती तोड़ दो. You break your friendship with all that you see. It's not just friendship. ये जितने सारे चीजों को आप देखते हो, उन सारे से अपने बंधन तोड़ दो. Now I will help you with certain ideas. Like he just told this, but let me elaborate it a little bit. How we actually get into Maya. कैसे फंस जाते हैं वो बता देता हूं आपको. Because if you understand this, you will also understand the mechanism how a desire appears within you. एक इच्छा कैसे बन जाती है आपके अंदर. The first and foremost thing, we have the ज्ञानेंद्रियस and the कर्मेंद्रियस, है ना. ये जो कर्मेंद्रिय और ज्ञानेंद्रियस हैं, they have a certain way of experiencing things, right? For example, eyes cannot smell, nose cannot see, ears cannot speak, mouth cannot hear, right? So they are like a particular mechanism for a particular thing. So all the mechanisms of this, you see, वो अपना काम करता है. But when they combine together, they create a desire. Now I'll explain you how. We are traveling. We are at Kanchi. And when we are at Kanchi, there is a sari showroom. Okay. And in the sari showroom, there is a beautifully carved, weaved, हाँ वही कलर जो आप सोच रहे हो. Exactly. नहीं, जेंट्स सोच नहीं पा रहे, लेडीज सोच पा रहे. So it's exactly that color, right? So when you are looking at it, can you see, even if you have not gone to Kanchi, even if you are not standing in front of the shop, you still have an image of that sari in your head, because the moment I said, it appeared. Where did you brought it? कहां से लेके आए? शायद आपने वो साड़ी कभी देखी नहीं है, शायद आप वो दुकान के सामने कभी गए नहीं हो, शायद आप कभी कांची भी नहीं गए हो, शायद आपको कांचीवरम साड़ी क्या है ये भी पता नहीं होगा. The moment I said that, you still have a particular sari that fall in front of you. Might be 4 साड़ियां थे, लेकिन उसमें से एक दिखाई दिया आपको. You saw one. ये कैसे हुआ? What is this? That means somehow, somewhere, there, this is why I'm saying this is how you will have a discrimination between a strong desire and just a desire. यहाँ पे discrimination होगा. You see, a strong desire is, I could not move my eyes from that. मैं खरीद के ही लेके आता हूँ. That's a strong desire. What is just a desire? मैंने कभी कोई साड़ी देखा था, किसी ने पहना था या कहीं. I just saw somebody wore that, or I just saw it somewhere, and somebody or I just heard from someone that there is something called as a Kanchivaram sari, and that looks like this. ऐसे border होता है. And now suddenly I created an image within myself. But I never acted upon that. वो क्या है? That's just a desire. But मैंने देखा, मैं भाग के गया, पैसे दिए, साड़ी खरीद लिया. That's a strong desire. उससे भी strongest desire. मैंने साड़ी देखा, पसंद आया, पैसे नहीं थे, चोरी कर लिया. Hello? Yes or no? I saw that. I could not buy it, so I stole it. That's also a desire, right? The desire is so strong that it is ready to put everything online, but take it. Now let us understand how it came into existence, how other desires are also coming into existence. The moment I see something, the work of the eyes is to see. It just saw. It gave signal to your mind, to the brain. It goes there, and the brain says, this looks good. Okay, then the next karmendriya come into action. Sparsh. I saw that, but I want to touch it and feel it. देखो कोई गलत नहीं है यहाँ पे. They are only doing their work, but when they combine, the problem starts. The eyes saw. Then there is a desire of me. इतना अच्छा लगता है. Can I touch it? The moment you touch it, and let's say your hand fall on a very silky sari. Arey wah, this cloth is so good. Then what is the next desire? आपका मन कहता है दिखने में अच्छा है. It's looking good. It feels good as well. Why can't I have it? Yes or no? You are traveling. You heard something. Somebody was talking that the food in that restaurant is really good. You heard. And now suddenly, by hearing that, your tummy starts saying you are hungry. And then your eyes see that there is a board 4 kilometers away. Now your tummy says, yes, get ready. Food is coming. The eyes saw that. It heard. Now the moment you reach out to the restaurant, will you be happy enough just to see, just to hear about that food? No. Then your tongue will say, come on, let me taste that. If, just think of this, you are sitting in a restaurant, you are smelling the aroma is creating, wow, smell is so good. Now the tongue is starting to dance, right? And when it's starting to dance, and what you observe is the plates are coming to all the other table except yours. Now, how many of you have noticed this? This is called a psychological game. The line that you are standing moves slowly. If you move to the other line, you will see that that line starts moving slowly. Then what do? You start cursing yourself. Arey, wo line kyun chhod diya? No, it is nothing but just a psychological game which is creating that urgency within you. And that urgency is showing you as if that line is moving faster. And that thought of yours is also creating the reality that exactly that other line is moving faster. Now, why can't you use the same psychology for your own self? Wherever I stand, that line moves fast. No, in that case, what you're doing, you're helping others to move faster. So coming back to the restaurant. Smell is good. Well, the food that is coming, they have decorated it well. Culinary arts, right? Aditi, that's what you call it. The culinary arts. So it's quite amazing to see that. And everybody around you sitting and say, But you are just sitting there as a sage. Because the plate is not coming to your table. So your eyes have seen the beauty, the nose has smelled the aroma, you have heard that people are saying yummy, and your tummy is saying, come on, bring it, bring it, bring it, and your tongue is saying, come on, kab aayega, kab taste karu. But the food is not coming. What creates the anger in you? What creates that agitation in you? Can you see the dance of all these things coming together? And that, when that desire is not getting filled up, can you saw how the desire was created? All by all these 5 sense organs, right? When all these sense organs came together, it created a desire. But when the desire is not fulfilling, you get agitated. You get angry. Then you are looking. Now you watch your watch. And when you're watching your watch also, you say, 15 minutes ho gaye. Again what? Again you saw. Again it sent a signal. And it created that 15 minutes is a long time to sit. And then again the creation of agitation. Yes or yes? So can you see the mechanism, how all these things, no one is wrong in this. Just the thing is, they are coming together to create a thought, and that thought, when it is fulfilled, you are happy. When that thought is not fulfilled, you are angry. Are you understanding the entire mechanism of your happiness and anger in a very simple way? And what did the Tatre said? Whatever you see, detach yourself from that. Why did I told you all this story? Because the moment you realize this, then only you can detach yourself. Because if I say detach, kisse? How? But now you see, the detachment can only come into play if you see the play. If you are part of the game, you'll never see the detachment. You will never have that detachment actually. But the moment you start seeing exactly what is happening, then only the detachment comes into play. For example, there are 4 people sitting out there on the street. And suddenly, a great procession was going on. And they have taken like golden, silver, all decorated things. One among them, good person, looks at it. अब आते हैं कैसे अच्छे विचार बुरे विचार कैसे बनते हैं. Okay, good and bad thoughts कैसे आते हैं. One person goes, what he sees, wow, well decorated. और उसको उसमें भगवान की मूर्ति दिखाई देती है. So what he does, he folds his hands away. Govinda, Govinda. The other person sitting there, what a waste of money. They could have fed someone with this. Have you seen those people also? They did not see the divine. They saw the dirt. Means जो नहीं है वो उसे देख रहा है. There is another one sitting. काश मेरे पास भी होता. Right? काश मेरे पास भी होता. But क्या करूं? मेरा किस्मत खराब. But what to do? My fate. I cannot have all these things. Then the 4th is sitting and plotting. How can I steal all this? You see, the situation is same, but the way the 5 senses have been trained by different beings creates different thoughts. And through those different thoughts, different actions come into play. When different actions come into play, that's how your karmas come into play. So that means when you were, एक बच्चा जब पैदा होता है, when a child takes birth, does it have all those qualities? Might be yes, but they are not active. How does those qualities get activated? मतलब जो उसके अपने अंदर के जो विचार बनते हैं, how do they start acting? For example, let's see, if somebody constantly since childhood, see आपके पिछले कर्मों के कुछ तो विचार हैं जो आपके साथ चलते हैं, right? जिसे हम क्या कहते हैं? What do we call that? There is a particular term that we use, right? कि संस्कार, the sanskar of the past life. The sanskars of the past life come along with you, but have we not seen sages becoming thieves, thieves becoming sages? सिर्फ और सिर्फ अगर आपके, like only and only if your past karmas were into play, then how come these people changed? The change happens when the moment you start looking at all your desires, all your thoughts, how those thoughts are converting themselves into emotions, and those emotions are converting themselves into attachment. जिसने ये सारे खेल को देखा, the person who has started segregating all these things, dissecting all these things, you will find an eternal peace within you. Let's say you went to a classroom where there is no teacher. Exactly, you also entered into your classroom when there was no teacher in your classes. What do you do in that classroom which is unorganized when there is no teacher? What do the students do? कोई रॉकेट उड़ा रहा है, कोई टेबल के ऊपर खड़े होकर नाच रहा है. Somebody is doing something. Somebody is drawing something on the board. And you are there. You just entered into it and you are in chaos. This is when there you see a very typical quality about you. You will be stunned by this. It's like an eye opener. When you go to a crowded place or when there is noise, you complain. Itna shor kyun hai? Why there is so much of noise? Why there is so much of chaos? You entered into the classroom and you want all the students to be silent. That means in chaos, you are searching for silence. Yes or no? The moment you enter into chaos, जहां पे बहुत सारा शोरगुल हो रहा है, आप कहते हो कि शांति क्यों नहीं है? But the moment you enter into a library, then you say, इतना सन्नाटा क्यों है? And by default, while you are going, if you hit the table and there is a noise, everybody looks at you. And then you say, what? इतना भी sound नहीं हो सकता क्या? Can you see, when there is absolute chaos, you are seeking silence, and when there is absolute silence, you are seeking chaos. What are you? And that's why when I look at your lives and there is absolute chaos, I believe this creates a conducive space for you to seek silence. I look at it as a grace on you. Because that's how you work. When there is absolute chaos, you seek silence. And when there is absolute silence, you create chaos. Now, how to understand that? Are you seeing like you are only one being, but acting very differently? And when I was traveling back, Karthik was sitting and he asked me a question like, how is it possible that one thing can act in two ways? And that very moment, I saw a strip of radium. You see, when you sit in a flight, there are markers, like they say, no, like you have to follow the light where you, and that's what I say. When they say follow the light, I say, yeah, exactly. But what is the quality of radium? A very typical quality. See, when there is light, it engulfs the light. It absorbs the light. And when there is darkness, it emits the light. What did I say about you? When there is chaos, you seek silence. And when there is silence, you create chaos. Can one being be both? Absolutely yes. Absolutely yes. One single entity can be both. So similarly, now understand the mechanism of your own self that you thought yourself to be, which you are not actually. So the first thing that we will be starting to do it. So now you're understanding like kaise ye sare vichar ban jate, how these thoughts come into play and how I am actually experiencing happiness. When all the things are coming together, I saw a beautiful, I was in the queue. It was a lot of humidity, no fan, rush, and on that traditional thick cloth. Acha dikhna hai na, right? So started walking. Line goes. The moment you saw that you're about to reach, then you saw from the window there are 4 more queues going on outside. What is that? You thought that is another queue, but no, you are in that queue only. What happens in that moment? Then you say, kahan se aaye itne log? Why there is so much of crowd? But you forgot that you also are creating to that. You are an additional thing to that also. अगर तुम घर में रहते तो किसी और को और थोड़ा जल्दी मिलता था. So you never discount yourself. You only discount yourself and you only count other people. So dasa vada nyayam, right? So I will only count all the others except myself. I'm driving in the city and then I say, कितना ट्रैफिक है? संडे को भी ट्रैफिक. तुम गाड़ी क्यों निकाले? No, I will not see myself because my work is important. बाकी सब चाट बेचने आए हैं बाहर. So can you see again your mind, how it is playing game and creating a turmoil within you? But in that moment, if you become present to that thought, that ये सब तो हो रहा है, but why am I attaching myself to this? This thought will immediately create a detachment within you. This, when you are in a long queue and finally you enter. And now when you enter into the temple, what do you find? That actually you were sweating outside, but that deity that inside the temple is in an AC room. Then suddenly the mind starts saying, वाह, क्या लीला है, हमें धूप में तपा के खुद एसी में. How many of you thought that? Must have somehow. So when you entered into that, now suddenly you look at the smiling face. And the moment you saw that smiling face, you forgot all the other pains that you went through. Why did that happen in that way? Because now the same mechanism of yours, which was taking and creating the turmoil, now changed into another way. It looked. The moment it saw, आंखें उस मूर्ति की तरफ पड़ी. It looks beautiful. The AC is running. There is no heat anymore. The skin is feeling good out there. And you are looking at a smiling face. And there is an aura, there is a smell, there is the ringing of bells, all again coming together. The same 5 senses. Yes or yes? The same 5 senses that were creating chaos outside, these are the same 5 senses coming together and creating that stillness within you. And then how do you feel within that? क्या दर्शन हुए, क्या रूप है. अभी भीड़ नहीं दिखाई दे रहा आपको. Neither you are thinking about the other people in the line. मैं थोड़ा देर यहाँ खड़ा रहता हूँ, मैं थोड़ा देर यहाँ बैठ जाता हूँ. Allow me to sit here for at least 2 minutes. इतना दूर से आया हूँ. But you forgot that in your 2 minutes, other people are in line. And they are still in the sun. और वो क्या कर रहे हैं? वो गालियां दे रहे हैं. To whom? अरे कोई जा ही नहीं रहा. Why are the people not moving? But when they will come there, they will also stand. What is this drama that we all do? What is this drama? And it is not only in temples, in our entire life we do that. And then comes a comparison. देखो पुजारी को पैसे लेके बिठा दिया वहां पे. नहीं, अगर आपको बिठा दे तो कितना अच्छा दर्शन हुआ आज, दया है प्रभु की. तो फिर उनके ऊपर दया क्यों नहीं है? Can you see all this drama? Where is it happening? Why? Because you could not see the drama, you became the drama. At the moment you realize that all this is going on here, and then you start enjoying. New plot, new setup, pura cinematic. Now you observe your thoughts, how it creates. देखो कैसा गर्मी लग रहा है, देखो कैसे लोग पसीने से उतल पुतल हो रहे, देखो कितना बड़ा लाइन है, तू कब पहुंचेगा? What happens? Can you see how well it is creating the drama? And you are becoming the drama in it. You're partaking in it. What if you just see, अच्छा पसीना, पता नहीं था क्या पसीना छूटेगा यहाँ आने से, पता नहीं था क्या लाइन लगेगी यहाँ पे, पता नहीं था तेरे को कि ये सब होने वाला है, पता था ना, तो फिर क्यों रो रहा है? Then what happens? You are no more part of the drama. You actually separated yourself from the drama. But I will give you, आपको एक रामबाण देने वाला हूं actually. So till now you are clear on the entire drama that you are doing every day. How you are happy, how you are sad, how you are angry, how are you agitated. It's all because of your unconsciousness. You not knowing what is exactly happening. You are not dissecting the things into play. They are coming together, becoming stronger, and you are suppressed. Apply the rule. What? Divide and rule. What to divide? Now, when this chaos is happening, then think. Okay, so all this is happening. Eyes, what are you seeing? तो क्या देख रहा है? Detach. Ears, what are you hearing? Detach. Desires, what you are wanting. Detach. If you think this does not work, let's do it practically. You take a particular situation of your life right now, where you absolutely feel powerful or powerless, whichever you think. जो आपको चुनना है आप चुन लो. But sadly, many will choose a part where they are powerless, because they want a solution from that. But while doing so, did you realize again the mind played a drama with you? If given a chance, why can't you? Okay, so let's talk in this way. Dhavalji, you go training people, right? There are three things that we always ask as a trainers. We ask like, if there are three things in which you are very good, you're not that good, not that bad, and you are bad at that. So on which quality will you work? It's a very simple question I'm asking all of you. अगर आप किसी चीज में बहुत अच्छे हो, किसी चीज में बहुत बुरे हो, और एक चीज में बस चलेगा, तो आप किस चीज के ऊपर काम करोगे? On what thing will you work on? Type it. On which we are bad at. Very good. बस चलेगा. Okay, so जो बीच में है उसी के ऊपर काम कर लोगे. Okay. Very good. So there would be a third one. Okay. So there would be a great dialogue. But you know what I did? I just gave another task to your brain and it forgot all that I was speaking. Did you realize how to disassociate from a particular thing to another thing? मैंने कुछ नहीं किया. I just brought another thought into that. You are just like a small little kid who is not ready to eat. Then the mom takes her outside and says, "Oh, देख कौवा, look at that, there is a crow." And suddenly वो उधर देखता है, मुंह के अंदर दाना चला गया. Now I have to do the same thing because you people are too smart, right? खाना नहीं खाओगे आप लोग. You won't eat. So I say, look at there. But did you realize how well you shifted one gear to another gear without even thinking? Suddenly you thought about the sari, then you were thinking about the Vishnu's image, then now you are thinking of something else. How your thoughts are constantly changing. How are they changing? Can you see the influence of the words that I'm speaking? Again, they are playing the same thing. I'm just saying something, but you are creating an image within yourself. आप ही का माइंड आपके लिए तैयार कर दे रहा है. Then you say, but some people are experiencing, I'm not experiencing. अच्छा. And then what do you say? Oh, जिसको एक्सपीरियंस हो रहा है वो बहुत अच्छा है, मुझे एक्सपीरियंस नहीं हो रहा है. मैं Now let me ask you a very beautiful question. Can I? आप पूछ लो. आप पूछ के तो छोड़ने वाले थोड़े ना हो. पूछ ही लो. 10 gram gold, 5 gram gold. Which one is gold among them? एक 10 ग्राम गोल्ड है, एक 5 ग्राम गोल्ड है. इन दोनों में से सोना कौन सा है? दोनों सोना है ना. Intrinsic quality, core content is gold only na. It does not matter whether it is 10 grams or 5 grams, both are gold or not. 3 साल का बच्चा, 5 साल का बच्चा, इसमें से बच्चा कौन? दोनों. अच्छा, उसको एक्सपीरियंस हो गया, मुझे नहीं हुआ. व्हाट इज द डिफरेंस? इन दोनों में से सोना कौन है? My dear friend, again, it's the game of the mind. Don't look at the game of your mind. Look at your core. As 10 gram gold and 5 gram gold are still gold, with 10 gram of experience and 5 gram of experience, you are still the Atman. You are still the liberated one. आज के बाद जब भी लगे ना, तो एक बार 10 ग्राम 5 ग्राम सोच लेना. Okay. Now we'll do that experimentation that I said, right? So take a particular situation of your life. Close your eyes. Watch it completely as you want. As engrossed, as engulfed as you can. तब मजा आएगा. For example, let's say, again the same story. अभी recently जाके आए तो पूरे यादें ताजा है. I could see like people were in that queue, and suddenly when the fan was there, for the first time I saw whether they were moving with the divine or not, right? They were moving with the fan. Narayan. Now, for all the people, those who were not there, they won't understand. But the people, those who were, they said they felt like Swarg. I said, किसी ने जैसे कहा ना कि अगर जन्नत कहीं है तो यही है, यही है, यही है. एंड हरि भाई को बड़े फायदे थे. लंबे लोग, उनको ज्यादा हवा. हम लोग छोटे लोग, हमको कम हवा. तो उसमें भी कंपैरिजन. भगवान ने कितनी ज्यादती की, लेकिन पता नहीं चल रहा कि भूल गया कि लंबे आदमी को गर्मी भी तो ज्यादा लगती होगी, विस्तार ज्यादा है, स्क्वायर एरिया ज्यादा है ना, तो सनलाइट ज्यादा गिरता होगा. So you see, any situation of your life, just take that. And when you are thinking about that situation, अगर सोच में नहीं आ रहा, if you are not able to think, do one thing. उसका भी mechanism है. How to bring a thought. लोग कहते हैं ना, how to take away a thought. I can give you a mechanism how to bring a thought. हाथ ऐसे करो. Just do your hands fold like this. Put it like this. Bend down to your left side. Thoughts will appear. Yes or no? Try that. Immediately. ऐसे लगे कि जैसे बारिश होने लगा. अरे रे 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 रे. दिस इज द बॉडी माइंड मैकेनिज्म, जहां पे आपका माइंड आपके बॉडी के साथ जुड़ा हुआ है एंड दे कंबाइन टुगेदर टू क्रिएट समथिंग। और बदतर सोचना है, देखो ऐसे सोचोगे तो मीठे मीठे सोच आते हैं। चेक दैट, if you're doing like this, you will have not very worrisome thoughts, like ठीक ठाक thoughts like, अब do one thing, एक ही हाथ लो, लेफ्ट हैंड, put it here, bend it down, अब देखो दुखी हो जाओगे, सारे दुख भरे आएंगे। यस और नो? इससे बुरा चाहिए? एक काम करो, हाथ लो, यहां लगाओ, अब सोचो, पागल हो जाओगे। कैन यू सी जस्ट दिस मूवमेंट फ्रॉम हियर टू हियर टू हियर इज चेंजिंग ऑल योर थॉट्स एंड यू से यू डोंट नो हाउ टू कंट्रोल योर थॉट्स, यू डोंट नो द मैकेनिज्म ऑफ थॉट्स। आर यू सीइंग द ड्रामा? अब जैसे चिदविलास जैसे बैठा है, आई कैन एब्सोल्युटली से व्हाट ही इज थिंकिंग, वो अभी ऐसे बैठा, ही इज थिंकिंग, this makes also sense, but how is he understanding what I'm thinking? Oh God, he knows everything. Is it really possible to know all that? Whatever it is, he is knowing all that things. Oh God, he has catch hold of me now. Can you see, even without talking to you, I can say exactly what is happening in your head just by looking the way you are behaving. Yes, sir, yes. Siddhilas, did I interpreted you correctly? Now what he's saying, by seeing him, he's not saying anything. By seeing him, you will say, yes, absolutely, yes, whatever you are saying is perfect. Did he say anything? No, it's just a mechanism again. Because you start observing how the body reacts to a certain thing, you also have the mechanism how to come out of that. If there is a mechanism to become sad, is there a mechanism to be happy? Absolutely yes. Absolutely yes. But the best thing is, it's not just a physical activity. Because all the character, all the drama is happening here, no? So if we kill it here, जड़ से निकल जाएगा, ना रहेगी बांस, ना बजेगी बांसुरी. So that's how we are going to do that. Now again, think of a situation, close your eyes and see what exactly is happening there. And whatever is happening there, you see all the ingredients are present. Although they are not happening right now, but all the ingredients are still present in your head because you are seeing the picture, you are feeling what you are feeling at that time, the situation, the circumstances, the people, everything is still there. Now tell me, if somebody can create something of the past instantaneously, what powers do you have? क्या शक्तियां हैं आपके पास कि आप जो बीत चुका है उसे भी बना दे रहे हो? But you see here, when you are in that situation, now start observing what is the eyes doing. आंख क्या कर रहा है? देख रहा है. क्या देख रहा है? What is it watching? If you are seeing the colors, okay, still the mechanism of the eyes. If you are hearing what the other person is saying, ears. See what you are saying, mouth. And then you see the emotions happening within you. And then the simple word that I am going to say is, whatever you are seeing, detach. Say to your own self, detach. Whatever you are hearing, detach. Whatever you are seeing, feeling, detach. Whatever experience you are having through that touch, detach. Whatever emotions going through you, detach. Now open your eyes. Think about the same situation. Is it coming? Is it having the same impact as earlier? Is the vacuum still there within you? Then how did you create it? Can you see that is a hollow? Something is hollow within you, right? कैसे हुआ? पहाड़ चढ़ के आए, 2 घंटा मेडिटेशन किया, क्या किया? Can you see again you created a barrier of thoughts where thoughts are not able to come. वो एक स्पेस है जहां पे थॉट्स नहीं आ रहे. Try. Now the more you are trying to bring a thought, the more silent you are becoming. Check. Again you become like a bouncing one, like all the thoughts are coming, bouncing off. How did you do that? Very simple. The only word you said is detach. Just by saying you are experiencing this, if you really experience detachment, then what will happen? So let us make it next level then. The second statement. The first statement was, don't become a friend to all that you see. जो कुछ देख रहे हो, सुन रहे हो, समझ रहे हो, उन सबसे दोस्ती तोड़ दो. The second one says, Parshuram was thinking like he has killed so many things and he must be a sinner, right? That very moment, Dattatreya said him, don't tell me what you are feeling. Tell me who is feeling. कुछ समझ में आया? It's a very simple statement, but a huge one. He said, don't tell me what you are feeling, that you are a sinner or you are a great personality, you are this or that. No, don't tell me that. Tell me who is saying that. Tell me who is saying that. Don't give it a name. Okay? So are you able to see there is someone who is saying you all this? Are you able to distinguish that? समझ में आ रहा है कि कोई बोल रहा है आपको कि तू अच्छा है तू बुरा है? बोल रहा है ना? Now, the next step that I am going to add. Tell me किसको बोला जा रहा है? You said the mind is saying I'm good or bad. Now tell me to whom the mind is saying. Go to that space. बत्ती गुल हो जाएगी. Means the light will go off. Do the experimentation now. Close your eyes. Now, think all that you are. All that you think of yourself. अच्छा, बुरा, गुस्सा करने वाला, नहीं बहुत प्यार करने वाला, very good person, very bad person. Life is really beautiful for me, very bad life with me. I'm a great communicator, I am a silly one. मैं गधा हूं, मैं भगवान हूं, whatever. So all that is going on, all that you are thinking of. First watch that you are being told about that. It's not just my voice. There is another voice that is also telling you all that. In order to help you, let me give you one statement. Ask, what kind of a personality are you? And you see it starts speaking. तुम कैसे हो? ये अपने आप से पूछो और वो बोलना शुरू करेगा. अब देखना वो जज भी बन जाएगा. He will become a judge. He will start analyzing all the things that you have done in your life, certain situations and acts of yours, and it will bring both the things in front of you, and then start saying, it seems like you are a good person. अच्छा काम ज्यादा किया है तूने. किस्मत खराब तेरा कि तुझे बुरे लोग मिले. You are a good person, but bad fate that you have only gotten into wrong people. So that means, can you see, it is the same thought that makes you a good person or a bad person. But if it is thinking as a good person, that means you have started walking, looking towards the brighter side of it, right? So now when you are thinking all this also, जब ये तुम आपको बोला जा रहा है कि तुम इतने बुरे भी नहीं हो, मतलब क्या कहना चाहता है? It's just like a consolation prize. You know what is a consolation prize? If you come in front of me today and I say, तुम कल से आज और सुंदर लग रहे हो. You look more beautiful today than yesterday. आप हंसोगे. You will smile, right? You know why? I gave you a comparison that today you are more beautiful. But अगर मैं सिर्फ एक statement बोलता, तू कल बहुत बुरा दिख रहा था, you would have felt sad. But I said the same thing, but I said it in a very different way. तू कल से आज बहुत सुंदर दिख रहा है, मतलब मैं कल सुंदर नहीं दिख रहा था. Yes or yes? Can you see the comparison of the mind that goes in your mind and it actually catches hold of one particular thing and starts acting on that? Similarly, whether you are a bad person or a good person, whatever it is telling, look at it and then see, create an image like a light, white light, bright light, whatever light you want to create. Because you cannot see, because it does not have a shape and a size. The person or the personality or the voice that you are hearing, it does not have a shape and a size. When it does not have a shape and a size, just create something as if it's just a dot, it's just a light in front of you. And it is looking at you and saying, you are good. And when it is saying, it is actually connecting with you and saying, I am good. But here the work begins, the work of detachment. How? Look at again what it is saying. ये जो कुछ भी बोल रहा है उसे देखो और बोलो, I am not that. Detach. All the dialogues it is saying about you. तुम अच्छे हो, तुम ऐसे हो, तुम वैसे हो. Then you look at yourself as a pure being, crystal clear, not a stain on you. And you look at that, what it is saying to you, and you say, I am not you. And whatever you are saying about yourself, not me. Become alone. Absolutely alone. अकेले हो जाओ. अपने विचारों से, अपने बुद्धि से, अपने शरीर के एक्सपीरियंसेस से. All the experiences of the body, the games of the mind. Just sit alone. When thoughts come, look at it. And you can clearly see a gap between you and the thoughts. Just sit. It might say, look, 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 you are a little bit angry. You are not happy in this state. Discard that. हो सकता है वो तो कितना शांत हो गया है. Throw that away. Just become a single point. एक छोटा सा बिंदु बन जाओ. Aloof, alone. Image of a sage would appear. Discard that. You would see yourself in a sagely form. Discard that. A forest might appear. Discard that. Mountains might appear. Discard that. Light might appear. Discard that. Stars in darkness will shine. Discard that. Flowers, flowing river, birds, sky. Discard all that. Your family. Discard. It is trying to allure you with all these visions. It is trying to say how beautiful you are feeling. Discard that, because it is still telling. Keep on discarding all the things until it sits quiet. And it will sit quiet within a short span of time. Now, when the thoughts become smaller, slower, and disappear, you bring your entire focus onto a single point and just become that point. Just focus on that single point that you truly are. Now you'll observe it is directly not speaking to you. It's just like a background sound going on. It is still telling you something. It's taking you to the future things. ये होने वाला है, वो होने वाला है. It's still playing. Don't look at that. Discard. Then from the future, it will bring your back to the immediate things that you have to do. तुझे ये करना है, तुझे वो करना है. It is still telling something to you. Discard. Now again, it is starting to allure you, saying, वाह कितना अच्छा लग रहा है. Discard that. वाह कितनी शांति है, तो कितना शांत से बैठ सकता है. Discard that. देख 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 कैसी एक ठंडी लहर तुझ पे चल रही है. Discard that. ओ मेरे पैर में दर्द हो रहा है. Discard that. I'm having a pain in my back, in my legs. Discard. अपने आप को संकुचित कर दो. Bring yourself back into, retrieve yourself from the source to the source. It's just like the light projection that has gone out is slowly returning back to the source. Slowly. If still anything happens, keep on discarding until you are absolutely silence. Will feel like floating in water or just flying in air. Discard that. Just make it deeper. No sound, no noise, no distractions. Pure consciousness. Pure state of silence. absolute deep state. A space with nothing in it. No image, no thoughts. Slowly exhale. One more in. Exhale. Now take your time to just open your eyes slowly. Do I even need to tell you that you are not the body? Do I even need to tell you that how the drama happens in the mind? ऐसा नहीं लगता कि भाड़े ना दे के रहने वाले किराएदार निकल गए इधर? The ones those who stayed without giving any payment have left. ऊपरी का महला खाली है. Now, how many of you feel light now that you have become like? Weight कुछ कम नहीं हुआ है, don't worry. वैसे होते तो हम और एक क्लिनिक खोल देते थे. बट मन का जो बोझ है ना वो हल्का हो गया होगा. और मुझे ये लगता है कि तन के बोझ से मन का बोझ भारी होता है. So what did Dattatreya said to Parshuram? that who is telling you that you are guilty or you are good. That means it's not your doing. Somebody else has done that. Now putting that on you. If you remain to be the doer, you have to go through the consequence. If you detach yourself from the doer, your liberation is right now here. So two very simple statements. First, cut all your friendship with all that you see. Second, see that you are being told. And don't become the one who is telling. Become the one who is being told. जिसे कहा जाता है, उस स्थान में जाओ और तब देखो. Because now you know what that space is. And now when you look at the things, they look, what is it? I'm seeing all this. The mind is making its own terms and technologies about that. The body is moving. But what is that not moving in me? मेरे अंदर वो क्या है जो अभी नहीं हिल रहा है? That's the core. That is the core. And this is exactly what we are going to do in the retreat. For 3 days. But don't worry, the people, those who are not coming with us, don't worry that you missed it, because this is not just the one retreat I'm going to do and after that I'm not going to do anything as such. No. You might be part of something else. Now, the moment I said that, for many people, the new drama has started. The mind has started telling, what if your name is not there? You have given the name, what if your name is not there? Again, you see, it's creating the scarcity. Look at it. As a pure being, the absolute, does all things as such even matter? Again, go back to that space, whom it is being told, not what is being told. Because even if you go with me, I'm going to do the same thing to you again. जो अभी हुआ वही होगा. Because I'm not worried about the 10 gram or 5 gram. I want to work on the intrinsic quality of that gold, the core of it. Whether you make it a ring, a chain, whatever you make out of it, it's still gold. So that's what I want to do. Whatever you become in your life, you will still be the realized Atman. May you become whatever you want. But the core essence of it will lead you to your liberation. I don't bind you on certain things, what you want to do or what you don't. But all that I want to work is the intrinsic quality of you. You become whatever you want to become. But at your core, always know that the becoming is of the mind and the body, not you. And this differentiation will keep you away from all your karmas. And then you see the entire mechanism and drama. So you are no more being played. You become the one who is seeing the play. नहीं तो आप फुटबॉल बन के बैठे और वो खेल रहे हैं. So I believe he understood the core of those simple 2 sentences. मैं तो कहता हूं कहीं लिख के रख लो. रोज कम से कम सामने दिखाई देना चाहिए. The mind should get acquainted to that. It should realize that, oh, these are very simple truths. अब सोचो सिर्फ 2 लाइन बोले हैं, ये हाल है. अगर 2500 लाइन जो उन्होंने कहा है अगर सारे बोलेंगे तो क्या होगा. We are not even going to Vigyan Bhairav Tantra. It's much different. I am just speaking the simple sentences that he has said in your language. And this is creating this. So let's see if we come across, if मुझे लगता है कि ये और कोई लाइन आपके काम में आएगा, लेके आ जाएंगे फिर वापस. What did you saw? Like, this is so tough teaching, but it just seeped into you like water seeps through the walls. If you try to understand this logically, it would be very tough. But it has just passed into you so slowly, and ऐसा नहीं लगता कि आप you have understood what I am saying. But if you think और आपका माइंड पूछे क्या समझा बोल, आपके पास कोई उत्तर नहीं है. You don't have an answer to that. क्या समझा? Then mind will be thinking, क्या कहा था उन्होंने? Then you start thinking, you start remembering, but does not make any sense. मैंने वही कहा, बच्चा जब खाना नहीं खाता है तो वो क्या कहते हैं? एक कौवा दिख कौवा इधर खिला दिए. Exactly, that's what happened to you. Your mind was being shown something else, but what has to be passed on has been passed on. अब बेचारा बैठ के वो सोचेगा, एक्चुअली ये किस बारे में बात कर रहा है? What is he even talking? Because he was not there to even experience that. Did you saw? You transcended your mind even without effort. That for me is truly transcendental way of moving beyond your mind. Whether it makes sense or not does not matter, but somehow you know there is a silence within you. Somehow you know there is a happiness within you. कुछ भी नहीं किए, कोई पहाड़ नहीं चढ़े, कोई मंत्र जाप नहीं किए, but you feel happy, right? Why you feel happy? Because you touched your core. Sat Chitanand, the eternal bliss that you are. You don't feel incomplete. You just look at things and you now start thinking, ye bhi zarurat hai kya? But you will do all that because what did I say? Liberation is not jumping from a mountain. Liberation is jumping within. अपने अंदर कूद जाना. Liberation is not death. Liberation is freedom from death. So go remember these 2 statements. Think of it as much as you can. And the more and more you experiment with that, those 2 simple statements only, it will create so many beautiful spaces for you. Rather, you will discover those spaces within you. It's not a creation process anymore. It's already there. So I believe like as easily I could put forth how your thoughts come into existence, how your desires appear, how you get attracted to certain things, and how that becomes so intense that you are ready to do anything for that. The entire mechanism, as simply as I could decode, we have done that, right? And I believe you all understood that. So if I've understood that, be aware of it. Because people not only have heart attacks, people also have mind attacks. Mind attacks you, but you just have to look at it. Oh. Then ask him, kiske taraf hai tu? On whose side are you standing? Then you will see he'll fold his hand. Nahi, nahi, aap hi ke taraf ho. Then you say, zarurat nahi hai. I don't need it. You are powerless without me giving you the power. जब एक आत्मा शरीर को छोड़ देती है, शरीर की सारी शक्तियां कहाँ चली जाती है? वो मसल्स तो वैसे के वैसे है. That means जब आप साथ छोड़ दोगे, they are powerless. But they are acting as if you are powerless. Realize that truth. Realize that you are not someone who is waiting for liberation. You are liberation. आपको मुक्ति की तलाश नहीं है, आप ही मुक्ति हो. You are not seeking happiness, you are happiness. फिर ये सब क्यों? नहीं खेलना है. बिना मसाले का खाना, बिना नमक का खाना पसंद नहीं आता ना. सो बिना ड्रामा का लाइफ कैसे पसंद आएगा? सो खूब सारे ड्रामा करो, राइट? जितना ड्रामा करना है करो. That's what I said, no? Become whatever you want to become. But just remember one thing. 5 gram, 10 gram. You're still the gold. कि जीवन में जितने सारे ड्रामा हो, but I am what I am. Okay? So I leave you with this subtle happiness within you, this calmness, quietness that you are having right now. Practice it, experiment with it. Then mind attacks will happen. Don't worry, we will come back to handle them. So मैं आपको बाहर की युद्ध कला नहीं सिखा रहा हूं, मैं आपको अंदर के युद्ध का कला सिखा रहा हूं. बिकॉज बाहर का युद्ध तो जीतने के लिए आपके पास बहुत सारे चीजें होंगी, बट मेनी पीपल डोंट हैव द वेपन्स टू फाइट द इनर वॉर. So remember our statement. Be a sage within, a warrior outside. So thank you all. And anyways, I had a very tough time along with Hari Bhai to select the 21 names, but we tried to come along with the names that has been coming as a sequential basis on certain things. So Hari Bhai will be sharing that today. And so when that sharing comes, there is nothing to be heartbroken. There is nothing to be excited. Because again, those two things will be told to you. Now then you have to watch what is telling you that. That would be a true testimony. That would be a true test to what you have learned today. Then the mind itself will start saying, वो सब तो ठीक है, but ये भी जरूरी है ना? Again, the mind is telling you the story. So be aware of that. Don't allow it. Because if your mind is able to divert you from what you are, then just think of the entire world. Anyways, they are standing there to move you out from you. इसे ही तो माया कहते हो ना? Like it will not allow you to be you. That's what Maya is. It will just hide everything that you are. That's Maya, the veil of Maya. So the veil of thoughts is also acting in the same way. So be on the lookout of that. Go experiment with it, experience, and whatever questions you come across, we'll see if we have the session on this Wednesday, because there's a full day program for me. I don't know like when I will be returning on that day. But don't worry, even if this Wednesday is not there, some other day we'll be taking up that. If you come across any such things, keep a record of that. What is bothering you? What is that you are not able to handle? Come up with that. Because what did I say? The chaos was created so that you seek silence. And all the mechanism, pathways have already been given, prescribed to convert that chaos into silence. So good to see, Sumaji. Somebody else is also sitting by your side, right? After a long time. Good. So with this, I'd like to give a break to my words here. And I believe like this smooth transition from chaotic mind of a Saturday night to a calm, quite welcoming Sunday. Right, Navneet? I'm talking about you people. And from a busy Sunday morning to a heartfelt happiness for the day. Here I give a break and see you all soon. Haribhai will be sharing the details of the people. Please start booking your tickets, because that's the only thing. Or Haribhai, if you can just elaborate a little bit for the benefit of all, so that would be great. So all yours. I give a break. Aham Brahmasmi Tattvamasi. All that I am, so are you. So Haribhai,
Manash, I'll be requiring some more time because I'm waiting for some more information.
okay.
So I'll be updating in the group.
Sure.
So
Just what I want to say is, if you can just tell them like what exactly. Okay. So anyways, you will come back again, you are saying, right?
yes.
No problem. So, but please complete it today itself, so that,
Yes.
because the people have to make some arrangements.
Yes, Manash.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you all.